Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss Willett's new bourbon. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Katie Joyce, Evan Van Scoik, and Lenny Eckstein.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hello.
Hello.
So, yes, we're going to be talking about Willett, and they have an exciting new bourbon out. People are very pumped up about this. As we record this, it's already out there, and people have lost their minds, but we'll get to that after the break. Before we do, we want to talk to Miss Beka Sue. Said there's something she wanted to ask us about. What do you got, Miss Beka Sue?
Yes, so I wanted to ask everyone if you have ever been duped into buying a particular bourbon because of the fact it had a cool or very unique bottle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A cool looking bottle. Have you ever bought it because of that? And then it is a disappointment. Anybody got something?
Yep. Willett pot still.
Willett pot still. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
I have 2 bottles downstairs.
Yeah. Katie.
Especially when it's big.
You got the big one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got one of those too.
Wow.
That's not a pot still. Here's a pot still. Yeah.
They don't
We
even
all-
have a pot still.
Yeah.
How about anything other than that? Has anyone else accidentally bought something other than the Willett pot still that you just literally, like, you saw it and you're like, that's a fucking cool ass bottle?
I mean, I
buying
almost
it.
bought Tin Cup, even though, I know what it is, but their bottle is so nice.
Right?
Yeah. I did buy a bottle of Tin Cup because I wasn't going to, but I had a friend who isn't a regular whiskey drinker, but they're like, Tin Cup is my favorite. And I was like, your favorite?
Ha! Your
Favorite. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll try it. Yeah, I regret it.
Uh-huh.
Real quick, in a previous episode, we've discussed what I would do with $200 million for distillery expansion.
Right.
Little known fact, Tin Cup is just down the street from me. I mean, granted, you have to drive over a mountain to get to it, but as the crow flies, it's pretty close by. I would buy the town of Tin Cup and then sue the brand.
For $200 million.
There you go.
All right.
You buy the whole town.
That's
Yes.
the best use
It's
of
a
your
very
money
small
ever.
town.
I like it.
Yeah, very small town.
I will
So we
say,
do have go ahead, Katie.
I'm a sucker for good advertising in general. And so when a bottle catches my eye anymore, I look into it to see, okay, what can I find out about this? But I
Back in
will
the day.
still occasionally back in the day. Yes. If it looked cool at all, I'm trying to think if there's any in particular. I mean, also I bought a lot of the Blantons, I think, just because the bottles look so cool. I mean, there is the whole culture around it, but Steve's got, what is that even, Steve, with the snake on?
American Barrels. Yeah. It's got the snake and a shotgun shell at the bottom. And, yeah.
If
Cool
Trevor
looking.
Walton was listening was on this right now, he'd be absolutely screaming. All they care about is what it looks like on the shelf. They don't give a shit what's inside. No consumer cares about what's inside.
Yeah. Turner. Well, that's
We're,
drunken
gotta-
I
Turner.
mean, us consumers are stupid sometimes. We just want to
Right.
like we see it. It's going to look cool on the shelf. It's going to look cool in our
Like,
bar,
Yeah.
and
This
so
like
we fall into a trap of buying it because it looks fucking cool. Yeah,
Art
it's a fucking
Deco bottle of Tomstown makes me happy when I see it on my
If
shelf.
it doesn't look cool, we don't really want to have it on our shelf. Like we want something that someone sees on the shelf and we point it out immediately.
This company's
Like,
been getting away
whatever
with it
the
for
hell
years.
That is, Lenny. What is it? American Woman?
American woman.
I mean, this bottle.
I
makes
would
me
buy
happy.
that.
I would totally buy that.
I actually got to try that for the first time. Danny had that. We had Danny's open bottles at his memorial,
Is it
and he
good,
had a
Lenny?
bottle of that.
That's the loosest cork
I
I've
mean,
ever
it's
seen. He
MGP.
just like pulled that out with the easiest little 2-finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, loose cork on this bottle. I don't know.
Oh man.
Oh.
I purchased a bottle of Heaven's
Save much
Door
for the American
10
woman.
year because it had the gold foil gate on the
Mm.
front.
Yeah.
I was like, that one's really good. One I haven't purchased, but I really like because of the bottle is Double Day whiskey in
Oh
Pennsylvania.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got a shape like the baseball. That would be really cool.
Aren't they in Cooperstown, New York? Double
I
Day?
think.
Yeah.
Oh, are they in New York?
Yeah, I thought they're New York, but I don't know. I can't say for sure.
It,
but I
it
know what
could be
you're
in
talking about.
Cooperstown, New York. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, there you go. All right, good topic for sure. And guess what? It's now time to drink. I'm going to go first. I haven't gone first yet. I've got Wild Turkey 101 Rye. Wild Turkey. Oh, by the way, good looking bottle. Good looking bottle. So if you get suckered into buying this, don't worry. It's good. Here we go. Cork pop. Terrible job by me. Bad all around, but I have the lead momentarily. All right. Miss Beka Sue looks like she's ready to go. What do you got, Becca?
I get my flashlight out here because it's so dark in this house. I've got some Isaac Bowman Pioneer Spirit straight bourbon whiskey finished in port barrel.
How did you get that by chance? That's weird. That's a weird one
Why?
for me.
Why is that weird?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like one you would be into.
What do you mean?
I don't know why you would have bought that. Royce definitely doesn't like that.
Royce loves port.
He's a Kentucky bourbon guy, and well, I guess that was made in
loves
Kentucky
port.
actually. So yeah,
So he loves.
I like
port.
that
It's a
one.
port barrel finish, and
I
actually
don't
these are
like that one.
delicious.
I don't like that one.
How we got it, I don't know. It was on the shelf in our little liquor store, and that's how we got it.
That's how you got it. It was on
we
the
just-
shelf.
We saw
Fair
it.
enough.
We didn't see it before.
Fair enough. It was on the
We
shelf.
fucking bought it. We liked the bottle, and
Okay.
so we bought it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, that's the lead. That could be enough to win it. We'll see. Still 3 more contestants to go. Evan, you're next.
All right, I've got a good looking bottle here with some gorgeous copper amber wax. This is Garrison Brothers Guadalupe. This is their finished in port cask. So following Becca's lead with a port finish.
Okay. Okay. Whew, that's close. Katie, who's got the lead right now? This is either Becca or Evan. It's not a pop quiz.
Becca.
Becca, okay. She just made that up because she clearly wasn't listening. We caught her
I know that-
on the snooze there.
Woman
I know
centric.
that Evans didn't sound great, so that's why I
Okay.
said Becca.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Becca has the lead. Let's have Lenny go next.
I mean, I was going to have Balcones lineage, but as some listeners might or might not have heard, I premature popped before that. I was just like,
It never
Yeah,
happens to
yeah,
him. He
yeah.
kept saying it never
Yeah.
happens to me in the chat. Yeah.
yeah, my bad.
Okay.
So I'm going to move on to something else. I've got a unpopped bottle of Compass Box Spice Tree.
Okay. Like how he said compass.
Compass.
Okay. Go ahead. Man, that's terrible. Just literally, you whiffed on it and then you hit the table. You take the table noise out there. There's nothing. The only thing he got out of that pop was some table noise. So
A
yeah.
lot of table.
All real corks this evening, and I don't. Whoever thinks that real corks are a good idea is an idiot.
Yeah, they're good
they
for
don't
the
pop.
first one. They're good for the first one, but then that's it. Yeah, I agree with the real corks, and then they're gone.
I mean,
All right.
look at this. This is nonsense.
Yeah, that one's just downright terrible. All right, Katie, you're last but not least.
Okay. I've got some 1792 sweet wheat.
Okay,
Nice.
good choice. Okay. Okay, bad form. Hit her mic again. I still think Becca took it there. So Becca had a good night. Becca wins. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Roast.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about Willett's new bourbon. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely family distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Jim Fosnot. I'm your bourbon buddy, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Willett's new bourbon.
Yes, we are. So I'm going to give you guys kind of the details here, and then we'll talk about it. So this is distilled, undisclosed mash bill, but they do tell you that it's a mixture of corn, wheat, malted barley. It's a proprietary mix. The wheat is added in for sweetness and the barley for depth, is what they say. It's aged in a Char No. 4 American oak barrel. It is non-chill filtered. It comes in at 115 proof. The suggested retail price is $259, though I understand that where it is out, retailers are charging a lot more, and then secondary just goes up from there because Willett has this crazy love for it. It is 8-year age stated. I think that that's going to be the minimum that they'll ever put into it. So they've got the label with the fixed 8 years. On this batch, it's actually 9 years, it notes. And it has a purple top, which if you're a Willett fan, that's a big deal. Apparently, I don't. People come in and ask me in the store, "Are you going to carry some Willett purple top stuff?" And we're like, "I don't know, purple top." So that's a big thing. So
Did they make it?
Did they make it? Yes, they did make this one. So yes, this is Willett Distillate.
Yeah.
How about
it times out with when they started releasing some of their own younger stuff.
Yes.
From back in the day. So I am a fan of that aspect. I want to
Yes, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'd like to try it, right?
Yep, agree there. I'd like to try it.
What does the bottle look like?
It's
It has
black.
a purple. Yeah.
New like black with like a slight silhouette. It kind of rounds a little bit and then tapers.
It's a good looking bottle. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
What do you think about that $259 price tag, though? $259 it's up there.
It's
You like-
absolutely ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous too.
I think it's
Yeah.
awesome.
I also this is the Royce Neely in me judging, but
Okay.
a number 4 char.
Right.
Is it number 4?
I
thought it was 3.
Is it
4.
four?
It's number 4. Yeah.
Number 4 char. What are you trying to get rid of?
Yeah. Well, that's why it has to be in there. In this example, 9 years. Yeah.
That's just like when I hear 4, I'm like,
I mean, if you want a caramel bomb, that's
In their defense, this was early on in just starting to distill their own stuff, and Royce, you take Royce back to when he was starting, he was at that 3 and 4 too. He's learned since then. He goes with low char and toasting. So you have to give them a little bit of a pass for that, maybe, because hopefully moving forward they're not going to be at that, because you don't need that unless you're one of the big heritage brands and you've got a bunch of stuff in there that you do need filtered out, and you're going to leave it in there for 8-10 years or whatever. So yeah, maybe a pass, because everybody at some time, until they saw Webrink's presentation, were just that's what the big guys do. It must be how you make bourbon, and everybody was kind of doing that. So yeah.
So it's $2.60 a bottle.
Yes. Yeah. If you can find it at that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's just say you could, and
okay.
If you can't, that sucks. I like that, and it's not because I'm gonna buy it. It's because what should an 8 to 9 year old intentfully created, not necessarily commodity based bourbon cost? I mean, right. I love a great.
What's your oldest stock, Lenny? What do you got? 8 years. So potentially you're looking at stuff being, you've got some $260 bottles, right? Maybe that's why you like it so much.
Maybe it's 200, but I think that this is like a double-edged kind of painful thing to say, but and without going too much on a tangent, I think this is where the industry kind of does need to go. Like it's bourbon is still too good of a value in my estimation, and it's not. I don't think it's sustainable. There's no room for the brands. Like, for as much as the distributors take, and you sell into the liquor store, it kind of needs to be that high. And look at like what's SRP on like a Pappy 15. Like
Pappy 15, it's 150, I believe. Yeah.
So like, why not just charge more? Because circling back, if it's going to be very difficult to find this bottle on the shelf for suggested retail, why not just sell it for that few $100 mark? Where what was it again? $260.
$260.
I'm seeing it on here.
Sell for $260.
$700.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's what you're going to find.
Going for 700 on like all the.
That's what I'm saying. If it's going to go for that, why not on Willett's behalf sell it for $260? Don't sell it for $100.
Make the money, right?
Exactly.
You're going to sell anyway.
I just think that's where people don't.
And Willett has the following where they certainly can do that. They have no problem selling a $260 bottle. And again, you see what's happening. People are buying it, and it's then $700. I get that, but I don't think that the industry needs to go there. I think we lose a lot if every distillery, every Adam Stumpf and every Royce Neely and every Lenny Eckstein and everybody else out there, the bottles are $260 for their base product. I think the industry's in trouble. I think certain people stick around, but I think the large masses, the big growth that generates a lot of the cool things that are happening is gone.
So 10-year-old Eagle Rare should be 300.
Yeah, but like a 4-year-old Old Forester or Maker's Mark or Deer Hammer certainly should not be.
Yeah, but
I'm going to be in way left field compared to everyone else, I think, on this, but
right.
Yeah, I think.
But by that rationale, if an 8-year is 260, is a 4-year 130? Everybody should be in the 130 range.
I would say like pushing upwards of like 70.
70. Okay.
Yeah. 70.
Time isn't the only thing, though.
That's right.
And so it also.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things that go in. I mean, look at. I hate to bring it to my side of things, but look at American single malt. Malted barley costs so much more than commodity corn, and Katie, to your point, what if it's an heirloom version of a corn that is 90 cents a pound versus 14 cents a pound? That all that adds up.
Well, in this description, they're clearly not emphasizing the corn, so they're not harping on probably their yellow dent number 2.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
they do have that following. I find it interesting also that they specify their malted barley as to add depth,
and not for the enzymes and stuff.
Well, yeah. I guess like adding depth sounds better than adding diastatic power.
Mm-hmm.
I guess part of this, I don't believe that the price is tied to quality or effort in this. I think this price is tied to their name and that they're
Yes.
releasing something exciting. So they're like, because we can,
Yeah.
which is different. Which, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
bravo for them that they can. But at the same time, that's different than, hey, we put in really expensive products for this, or we use a really expensive barrel, or we of something that adds to the quality of it. If you can explain to me the quality and why that makes it more expensive, then I'm all there.
Yeah, the cult
Right.
following of the purple top Willett, they're like,
Yeah,
oh, well, that's why we're going to do it.
Whatever they've
And-
done to get there, they've earned the right to be able to sell $260 bottles, suggested retail at the store. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. The only, I guess, like flip side to that, in my opinion, would be, I hesitate to say I'm proud of them because that sounds like whom I'd be proud of Willett, but I think it's rad that they're turning out their own stuff finally because
Yeah,
there's a
agree.
big sentiment,
Yeah.
and there's like a talking point, and that gets stated a lot, which is, I don't care where it came from, I just want to drink good bourbon. I get that, but don't we kind of care where it came from? Because
Yes.
if we don't, and we're talking about commodity bourbon, which, it might be tasty, but that's really what it is when it's just bought, traded, sold. This Willett offering is not necessarily commodity bourbon. Now, maybe it tastes just like it,
Yeah.
but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's got some intrinsic quality that's unique to their own distillery that they made. And I'm not going to probably find it, but
I agree with you on that, Lenny, and especially because of the fact that I did just come from the Bourbon Festival, and I did hang out on the craft side of things a lot, and it was a little bit depressing almost being on the craft side of things because like I would go to different booths and be like, and maybe not know anything about this particular brand. And I would be like, oh, like, what's your mash bill on this? And they'd say like, oh, it's a 95.5 rye. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. I know
Ouch.
exactly what this is already. And
Yeah.
like, it was depressing going to different booths and them being a lot of craft places and me knowing immediately that like the second I tasted it or when I'd ask a question and I was like, God damn it, this is another fucking like mass produced
Right.
fucking thing. And like, it's not that I think that particular distillery that it comes from is bad, but I don't want to walk around to 16 different booths and taste the exact same thing out of just a different shaped bottle.
right.
And so
Okay.
I'm very, very happy to taste things that come from an actual distillery that they're actually
Right.
making it because
Right.
it is depressing going to somewhere. And there was one booth I went to where the first thing the girl working the booth said, this is sourced from said distillery. And I was like, I appreciate you saying that. And another one said, this is sourced from this other distillery. And I was like, I appreciate like just the fact that two of them actually, the very first thing they said to me was, this is a sourced product from this place. I was impressed that they said that, but it made me depressed in the fact that I'm like, God, I've already had this fucking 5 times.
Yep.
I've
Yeah.
had this exact
And I-
same thing already 5 times.
Yeah, I could see the price being a polarizing component because if it was
they made it.
$100, no one would flinch, you know.
Right.
But I
I
guess
guess
like
money on like they made it. So
Yep.
yeah,
That's an
and my
excellent point.
enthusiasm typically falls on like what is New Riff doing? What is Wilderness Trail doing? What are like all of these guys that are on the medium to larger side? I think it's rad to like really taste their house offering. So I mean, at risk of being repetitive, I've always wanted to see what Willett had, and we finally get to in a way. I mean, maybe we did in small glimpses along the way, but
I'm with
hopefully
Lenny on
this is a good one.
Yeah.
I agree, Lenny.
Yeah. How much are you willing to pay? How much are you willing to pay? You see a bottle,
20
and
bucks.
on the shelf, as across the way, you see that dark bottle with the purple top, and you go over. What are you prepared to pay for said bottle here? This bottle of Willett weeded bourbon that they made. It's at least $260.
My
It's at least
issue-
$260.
And my issue too is supporting the maker of it is a lot different than supporting a random shop that just has it on their shelf. So I am very much against paying much over MSRP for pretty much anything.
Okay.
I've allowed myself to run out of Buffalo Trace because I will not pay more than $30 a bottle for it. And that's my like standard.
Katie, you walk in to a shop and there it is. It's $350. So for a fact that's almost $100 over.
Absolutely not. Nope. Absolutely I will not support that company unless it's the ABV Barrel Shop market on some.
We don't do that though. We can't.
It would be some other company I support, but that's very unlikely. I would support a company that raises prices like that. So
we definitely our policy against doing that kind of stuff. So we don't do that.
Really, I mean, I understand a little bit, but I don't think maybe 300, like a 299 on there, knowing like, okay, they added a little bit.
Next to it is so you see the purple top, and next to it is a George T. Stagg. That thing is supposed to retail for $99 and it's sitting there at $400. Do you buy the George T. Stagg
for $400?
$400.
No, I won't support them for.
Oh, I would. I'd take the George T. Stagg for $400. I'd have
Especially because I won't resell anything either. So it's only for my consumption. So it's like
not doing it.
I can't. It's against my principles.
Right. What if you had a good friend that says, "Be on the lookout. I'm getting married, and I want a George T. Stagg, and I'm willing to spend $800. You see it there for $400. You're like, this is against my principles. I'm not even going to buy this for the friend."
I will suggest other whiskeys to them that they will also enjoy on their wedding day.
Okay.
He's
not that good of a friend. They just found out.
They're not going to be okay with that decision.
No.
I would be if someone else. Nope. I still don't think I would. Not that kind of markup.
Yeah. You like George T. Stagg?
Katie, text me. I will go buy it for your friend.
Nah.
For your friend, Evan will buy it for you.
Yeah, Evan's on it. Okay.
I can't support that kind of big markup. It's
okay. How much are you paying for that bottle of Willett, Lenny Eckstein?
So here's the thing: I haven't heard anything about it beyond the press release that came out about it. So I want to know not about this bottle per se, but for anything that's like gonna top more or less anything above $100. I'm going to look at it and try to figure out why I might need to try this, because there's plenty of good stuff out there that I can enjoy on the daily. I could enjoy my own offerings. So whatever. So
here's my answer. I'm going to help Lenny out here. My answer is sitting at $259 pass. It's too much. No, it's too much for what it is. It's a pass for me. Well, I would like to try it. I certainly would like to see what Willett has going on, but it's not anything. I mean, I'm not in the Willett cult. I'm sorry, listeners who are screaming. You'd have to get that. That's Willett. I'm not in the Willett cult.
What about
I'm not going to pay anything because it's $260 and it's already too much. So
will you pay $50?
I feel like a writing off of it because it's Willett, and I could certainly get on board with that. But what about a total different direction? But what about something like Leopold 3-chamber rye? The reason behind that is
I pay for that, and I like it. I pay for it. Yes,
because we've heard
it's magical.
But
I don't think this wheated bourbon. And again, I got to try it, and maybe once I try it, I'll be like, man, I'll take my $260.
Would you taste it for $50 a pour, Steve?
No, I would not. No, it's 25? Too much. 25, yes, 25. I'll do a pour for 25.
25 for 30? Sure, yeah.
What if it's like
not for 25 is the limit? 25 is the limit.
I would probably do a $40 pour just to see, just because like I'll pull $40 on stupid shit all day long. So like.
I paid $40 for a pour of Leopold 3-chamber. It's when you want to try something, you got to try something. Now, we don't know how renowned or awesome or not awesome this Willett release will be yet. Mm-hmm. But if people are like, this is the most baller release of the year, I think that changes a lot of
I'm not bashing the product. I'm not bashing Willett. I'm just saying for me personally, that's too much. Again, buy it and if you like it, because Lenny threw out a great example. Leopold 3-chamber. I bought several bottles of that. I want more. And that's over $200 a bottle, and I like it, and I think it's special enough that I'm willing to spend the money on that. So I don't know. I'm just this one doesn't interest me to that level. Well, what about you, Evan? You haven't weighed in.
I'm with you, Steve. Not knowing anyone who's tasted it yet, and not seeing any reviews or had any recommendations, it's too much to take a risk.
Right.
Like 260, and then what you're also saying is we're probably not going to see it for that price.
Right.
So until we know more, there's no way I'm going to drop that. Like on something I've never tasted or had any feedback on before, like over 100 feels like a very foolish thing to do until you have like a recommendation.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're talking about NFTs.
Oh, yeah. Do you get an NFT included?
Evan, will you take one for the team though, and buy one so you can send us all samples so we
Send
can
us
all try
samples,
it?
Evan. Yeah.
Okay, here's what I do. I'd say, you know what? If I don't like it, will you all pay the $25 for a pour? That's 4 of you.
Yeah.
That's $100 back. That makes my investment $160, and I take the risk.
Yes.
Okay, maybe at that point I would do it.
Done.
Okay.
Go buy one.
There you
Yeah,
go.
go find one. Now you
I'm
I
going to
can
try.
find
We'll
seven.
try to. We'll try to. It's not in Missouri yet, but when it comes in, we'll try to get a bottle at the barrel shop. We and then we'll do it. We do pours for a very cheap price. So we'd probably be in that. Breakdown whatever it is. I don't know what our cost on that would be, but it'll be an affordable pour. It's not going to be a $50 pour at the ABV Barrel Shop if we get one.
Not terrible.
So we'll try it. So yeah. Becca, what about you? How much are you willing to pay on this?
I would try it for upwards of $40.
Okay, $40.
And if I had tried it and enjoyed it, I would pay $200 for it. If in fact it was actually very good, because I know that it's something that a lot of other people are not going to be able to taste, because I would imagine it'd be hard to find. So if I was able to find a bottle
you're
for
saying
200,
but it's $259 suggested retail. If we find it below that,
it wouldn't be that. So okay, I'll know what I will pay suggested retail.
Okay, that's
we
fair.
could find it.
That's good. Okay,
But that's it.
Yes.
I would not pay more, but it only after I have tried it to know.
I just
that
wanted
it
to be
is
fair
not
there because
trash.
you're
Yes, I
not
would
going to
try-
find it less.
I would
than-
buy it for suggested retail. Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you're
Fair
right.
enough. So there you go. There's the Willett. Get out there and look for it if that's something you're interested in. And yeah, like I said, I'm not against it. It just doesn't sound right for me, especially not having tasted it. Maybe if I taste it, I love it, I'd be willing to buck up the money because it is a dollar amount I'd be willing to spend. So there you go. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Katie, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
Evan.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Wit Wisdom Whiskey.
Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com, where you can order our whiskey shipped to your door. And you can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado, and eat some fish and chips.
Yeah. Don't get the Rocky Mountain oysters, though. They can be underdone, I hear.
I've said it a few times, and I'll say it again.
We had people talking about it in the shop. It's always amazing to me what people come in and want to talk about. And
It's a great story.
Lenny's undercooked Rocky Mountain oysters is apparently a favorite. People like talking about that. So, yeah. All right, Miss Beka Sue, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com, but we've got a company website as well. That thing's abvnetwork.com. That's the one you got to check out. We put all of our previous shows on there. Maybe you're going on a road trip or something like that. You want to check it out because you can download all of our previous shows. So we're available at abvnetwork.com. And please come by and see us at the ABV Barrel Shop. Maybe we'll get the Willett in. We're trying. We'll see what happens. That's Jim's department, but we'll see how good this guy is. So check us out at abvbarrelshop.com. You can sign up for our newsletter, which is very informative. We send out a couple things a week, so check us out there. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit the Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.